talking today with Hayo Sandschneider of COMPRION. And Hayo, we are here to talk about near-field communications, NFC, which I guess is the thing that I use in the subway when I touch my pass to a reader, right? So the times when that doesn't work, what is it that's happening?
What is that happening? It's really annoying, first of all, isn't it? See, NFC is a technology which is tested very thoroughly. There's a conformance program, but every now and then there are tiny little details that flip through even the conformance testing. We as a company, we provide the conformance test tools, but trust me, we know that not everything can be ruled out by just conformance testing. So we also developed this tiny little trace case, which is a field tracer allowing basically to help engineers debug point of sales terminals in the shop or the turnstiles at the metro or wherever NFC transactions are being done.
Okay, so how does that work? What does it do that a conformance test wouldn't?
Basically, it's not using a simulator to act as one side of the communication, but it traces real transaction data, so a real credit card or metro ticket and a real terminal, and that not just in the lab, but in the target environment where all the systems are hooked up and everything is really coming together. Sometimes users do use the service as you would anticipate them to do, but slightly different. And in cases where that is happening, things might go wrong. So we really try to do this at the location where it's happening. And because we don't want to disrupt the daily business, imagine you're standing in a line and some engineer is trying to make a measurement at the point of sales terminal where you are supposed to put your credit card next way. So, it has to be a little bit more discreet, so we don't disrupt the daily business, whether that's having people to queue longer in the metro or in shops, but get the recordings right where they happen. And that's what we do. And basically you could ask anyone to do this. You don't have to use trained persons to do that.
Oh, okay.
In fact, I could train you in like 5 minutes, maybe 10, how to operate the tool. It's very, very easy. And you are probably not an NFC engineer.
I am not.
You're not.
I'm absolutely not.
See, but you might know people who are, and then you just share the trace via the cloud or via email or whatever, and then you can have an NFC engineer doing the debugging, doing the analysis, and send out a report. And maybe it's a faulty firmware update that was just released leading to that issue that you're trying to debug. Then it's easy to prepare a new firmware update, roll it out, and no queues, no failed transactions, and everything should be working once again.
Now, in the cases of some kind of NFC payment, like if you're using it to test that, are you reading like credit card data? Personal finance data?
Yeah, we do in a way, but we don't really know. See, NFC is not a secure technology in itself, so you could probably record everything, but depending on the application, you definitely want to have some form of security.
Right.
So that's being added on the application side. And EMVico, for instance, is taking care of that for the credit card industry. And if you are, there are different ticketing applications who take care of the security on application side. So rest assured, state-of-the-art cryptology is being used. So yes, we do record data, but not the sensitive part. So your credit card details and banking details are safe, and that's enforced by the actual application. If you want to look at it, if you post an envelope to the mail, I could take a photograph of you how you actually post it, and everybody could see that sort of. But that doesn't mean that I would be able to read the message and see whether it's a letter or maybe banknotes or whatever you put into that envelope. I just don't know that. But of course, I could take a picture of you doing that, and that's basically what we do. But taking a picture of you posting it probably doesn't help in any way, other than knowing that you communicate. But in terms of NFC transactions, there's a lot of stuff happening on the lowest levels, so not application level, but way down below, which helps the engineers to debug it, because in many cases the issues that might occur will happen on the lower levels. So that's why we do it.
So at the beginning you mentioned conformance testing, right? A different phase of different kind of test.
Yeah.
You're involved in that too, right? You're involved in multiple phases here?
Yeah, exactly. Usually, it starts with the development testing, and we've got tools to test your early designs, or if you integrate an NFC reader, so we support you with that. And when it comes to, the releasing something to the market, we would assist you with the performance test tools. And what we now spoke about is more like the field testing, so after the field interoperability issues, something like that. So it's our approach to support the big guys in the industry and be really a partner to them in all aspects, so that that they can launch and maintain reliable and global interoperable services. And we'd just like to be part of that, so that you don't have any issues with your metro ticket when riding the subway.
Well, Hayo, thanks very much.
Sure, thank you.